Jump right into this. So, Doctor Strange was created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko in 1963. He first appeared in the comic called Strange Tales, issue 110. And so, the basic backstory behind Doctor Strange is that you have a brilliant yet arrogant neurosurgeon who loses the ability who loses the use of his hands after he gets into a car accident. So this past weekend, I did a pinball movie on the Doctor Strange movie from 2016, starring Benedict Cumberbatch, and I think they did that well. They kind of really showed the story. They showed like the humility and the frustration that he had and the arrogance. This neurosurgeon is so arrogant, and by the time the movie ends, it's almost like a complete shift in personality. The Doctor Strange as a neurosurgeon versus the Doctor Strange post car crash is really a big shift in his demeanor. So that's really the backstory, is this really rich, kind of arrogant, smart, narcissistic even neurosurgeon who becomes humbled, and because he can't use his hands, and his hands are the most important thing a neurosurgeon needs for tools. He searches a way to searches for a cure, and he finds that in the mystical teachings of the Ancient One. So that's where his story begins. And what is really interesting about Doctor Strange when you compare him to other Marvel characters is that he was really the first Marvel character to use and introduce full-fledged magic. Before Doctor Strange released, the MCU, they explained supernatural abilities and science, but Doctor Strange introduced sorcery, spellcasting, mystical dimensions, and reality manipulation. And this is where the multiverse becomes, kind of like a big story in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This idea of multiple dimensions, ethereal dimensions. And when you watch this movie, you see a lot of mind-bending visuals, the use of time manipulation, looping time. It's a lot of paradoxes, basically involving time. And what I found interesting was that Doctor Strange is a hero who wins by not by out punching or out fighting, but by out thinking. So I don't want to give the end of Doctor Strange, but you'll see that the ending of Doctor Strange from 2016 is vastly different from your typical Marvel Cinematic Universe ending, where there's like a big fight and a big, epic battle at the end. So that's pretty much like the biggest things I got from it, was that Doctor Strange blended a lot of mysticism, philosophy even, metaphysics, psychology, and so you're kind of taken out of reality and you're taken out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe itself. And it reminded me a lot of like Matrix. A lot of the cinematography and the special effects really reminded me of the Matrix. But I think that's good because I think that's a lot about Doctor Strange's story. It's in his name. It's strange, right? There's a lot of strange things about, when you're discussing, occultism and mysticism and magic and the dark dimension, the mirror dimension. There's just a lot of things that we don't know that are kind of below the surface, right? So the bigger picture, in my opinion, is that Doctor Strange is role in Marvel kind of gave Marvel more dimensions, literally and figuratively speaking, and literally, because when you watch a Doctor Strange movie, you're not thinking just about the like the strength or things. You're pulled away from reality, and you're forced to think about things that we take for granted or things that we accept as reality, such as time and how many dimensions exist, right? Because we live in a 3D world, we seem to only think there might be 3 dimensions, but there could be more, right? So it was a big shift in Marvel's cinematic universe. So I already did a pinball and a movie on it, and I think that the director did a great job of kind of capturing Steve Ditko's psychedelic cosmic art in the film, and that was one of the biggest things I got. Like, of course, when you watch a Marvel film, you're gonna get a lot of special effects, but this one was different because you had a lot of more trippy effects, more kaleidoscope kind of visuals, and it was very much a visual experience, not just special effects, but it was a lot of almost like a spiritual experience, if I can say that. It was almost like a spiritual experience, something that is unique about Doctor Strange, and which you don't really find in your typical Marvel superhero movie. So yeah, just basically know that he was created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko in 1963, and he represented a big shift in Marvel superheroes, where he was more about mysticism and magic and interdimensions, multiverses, astral projections, right? Things that you would read in like ancient Sanskrit text, right? So with that said, let's go ahead and talk about the tournament now. So we had an open we had an open tournament with about 29 people, so good turnout there. And congratulations and jubilations to Gapvik. So I don't know why I keep on saying that, even though it's usually for King Balchi. But congratulations to Gapvik for returning to first place with 184 million points on one ball. So that's pretty big, because I tried playing this on Classic, and I think the best I could do on Classic was below 100 million. So that just goes to show you how good that score is. So congratulations to you, Gapvik, for first. Second place, we have my friend Jabba with 128 million. Congratulations to you, Jabba. Jabba also posted a video of his gameplay, so that was pretty cool to see how he got it. But welcome back, Jabba, and nice to see you in second. And in third place, we have King Balchi 100 with 110 million. So Gapvik takes over King Balchi, but still a really impressive score, King Balchi. So King Balchi is always at least in the top 5 now. Very rare to see King Balchi below the top 10. So going down, I came in 6th with 72 million. Kind of surprised myself with that score, but I'll take it. I think one of the modes where you just have to hit those like star projections on the playfield gave me the most points, and it was relatively easy. So that's how I got a lot of points, I think. 7th place, we have Carpy-Sun with 61 million points. Congratulations to you, Carpy-Sun. UTD in the top 10 in 9th place with 54 million points. Fabled Scarab 79 rounds it off for 39 million points. Below Fabled Scarab, we have Urko in 1945 with 35 million points. So kind of close scores between 10th and 11th. Midnight in 12th with 29 million points. So it's funny how we have an open tournament, but like all the regulars are kind of like very close to each other, like skill wise. Look at that. Bad Jack Daniels in 14th with 7 million points. Always nice to see Bad Jack Daniels and the Einstein avatar there. Going down, looking for names I know. Wombat in the Hat in 24th with 2 million points. So Wombat has also been a regular in our tournaments. And 25th, we have Scott. So Scott Merrill with 1,800,000 points. Going down the list here. I think that's everyone that I know. So thank you to everyone who participated. And let's go ahead and create our Marvel tournament on Deadpool. So it's going to be a closed tournament. 1 ball. 10 attempts, limited. 6 days. 6 days, 10 attempts, 1 ball. Password is going to be... Today's the 16th, so 11, 16, 25. 11, 16, 25. Here's the ID. And I'm going to give it one go here. Ooh. And also, one thing I wanted to say about... One more thing about the Doctor Strange table was the table shifted, which is really cool to me because that's a big part of Doctor Strange's universe, like shape-shifting. And you'll notice that when you play Doctor Strange. But let's play some Deadpool here. I like this little pinball machine here because it's like a pinballception, right? Pinception. Oh no. Okay, ball save. Oh, that was cool. You had like a little what do you call that? Like a drain post save. Okay, what's cool too, you can see the issues. Issue 5, issue 6. No, no. Okay, that was really bad. That was like a waste of an attempt. Wait, what happened here? Wait, what was that? Oh, it has such an interesting, like, ending to the table. Like a comic, almost. Okay, let's go again. Okay, I have to get it into that one. I like the music. Oh, the bumper caps look pretty cool. Double spinners. You can get a good flow going here. Okay, maybe we hit the middle ramp.
Let's rock.
Issue number 2. Oh, we can select our issue. Let's go with this.
Oh, I see you brought the party to me. Stark style.
The suit? The little one. What? Okay, I'm just gonna go for whatever is lit. There's one.
Do that again.
No!
I feel asleep.
This is like a tough table, but it seems like it's fun. Okay, that was bad. Well, you know what? I'm going to play this more on my own, and I'm going to talk about it with you guys at the end of next week. But I hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Take care.